We're asking questions on back-to-school physicals tonight as kids are heading back to the classroom, many heading back into athletics as well as gym classes. Joining me now from Premier Orthopedics is Dr. Eric Fester. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Let's start with something that so many people saw, Dr. Fester. We saw famous cases of athletes going into cardiac arrest over the past year. Millions of people watching Damar Hamlin go into cardiac arrest on that field against the Cincinnati Bengals. Why is it so important for any student to get checked?
Well, anyone who's participating in vigorous exercise is at risk for cardiac arrest and sudden cardiac death. So the main purpose of that exam is to identify those at risk. So hopefully we can prevent disasters such as this.
Okay, so many people saw that, and it's been played so many times, but please just reiterate the chances of something like that happening.
Well, fortunately, it's very rare, but in certain demographics, for example, African American males that play Division I college basketball, the risk is up to 1 in 2,000. So those are starting to be a high number. And so, again, that's the purpose of that, is so we can identify those individuals, diagnosis, and treat them to prevent, hopefully, a death.
Well, fall sports athletes certainly already have their physicals in because practice is underway. They're getting ready to start their games. Winter sports practices will start soon, and schools want student athletes to get this done early. So too do doctors. Why?
Absolutely. Well, the sooner we know about a problem, the sooner we can diagnose it and treat it, and hopefully get that athlete back in the game as soon as possible so they don't miss their sport. We want them playing.
Now, in order to play for a school sport, you have to have that physical in, but many non-school sanctioned athletics, many club or rec leagues will be ramping up soon as well. And many of those, however, do not require physical. What is your advice to parents with kids in those leagues?
It's more about the health of the child than a requirement. We care about all these athletes, whether they're varsity, intercollegiate, just doesn't matter. And we want them to do well, and we want them to not have medical conditions that get unrecognized that could possibly lead to something as drastic as a death. So it doesn't matter what sport, what age, please get them in to see their physician for a full evaluation. So hopefully we can prevent any kind of significant problem.
Dr. Fester, we have about 20 seconds left. What medical conditions can a physical or checkup find that might not be known without a doctor visit?
Well, the main ones are cardiac issues, and up to, in some studies, 50 to 70% of the time, we can, by a history exam and some other studies, for example, like an EKG, we can diagnose those conditions, but only if they come see us.
Just want all the athletes to stay healthy, even those that are just maybe not on a sports team, maybe going through gym class, probably a good procedure for everybody to go through once a year anyways. Dr. Eric Fester with Premier Orthopedics, thank you so much for joining us tonight, breaking down a very important issue as kids are returning to school. Thank you.
Thank you.